Hi, it's Ali from Inspiralized, and today we're in my kitchen and we are making my Thai quinoa and zucchini noodle salad. I love this dish so much, I make it a lot. It's one of my favorite spiralized salads. It uses spiralized zucchini, spiralized carrots, spiralized bell pepper. It's really colorful, it's vegan friendly, and the best part is it saves really well in the fridge. So feel free to toss it again the next day and have it for lunch. It works really great for work lunches or picnics or anything like that. So for this recipe, we are going to need 1 large carrot, something that's wide enough to spiralize, 2 medium zucchinis, 1 red bell pepper, or you could use a yellow or an orange bell pepper, but I like the red, it gives it a really nice color. And then we're gonna need a cup of cooked quinoa. I'm using the red Incan quinoa. We're gonna need a tablespoon of sliced or slivered almonds, a bunch of cilantro, about 1/4 cup, some diced scallions, about 1/2 cup. And then for that dressing, we're gonna use sesame oil, hot sauce, this is actually sriracha, soy sauce, water to thin, lime juice, rice wine vinegar, some freshly grated ginger for that immunity boost. We're gonna use honey, or if you're vegan, you could substitute in maple syrup or your favorite sweetener. And then of course, almond butter, and this is a creamy almond butter. So now that we have everything we need to get started, we will prep our veggies for spiralizing. We're gonna start with our carrot, and I'm gonna start by slicing the ends off flatly and evenly. And this carrot is a monster carrot. I've actually never seen a carrot this big. So I'm going to slice it in half for better leverage when we're spiralizing. And now I'm just gonna peel the sides of the carrot, since they're not as pleasant and they're a little rough, and since this is going into a salad, we want all of those textures to be nice and smooth and to really catch on to the flavors of the dressing. Okay, so that's 1/2. We'll do the same here with the other. And once this is peeled, we will move on to our zucchinis. And the prep for zucchini is very easy. You just slice those ends off flatly and evenly. So I'll just take those here, one end off, cut the other end off. And because zucchinis are really easy to spiralize because they have such a soft flesh, I'm actually not gonna cut this in half, but you could go a further step and slice it in half again. So set this aside, grab this one, this end off, and this end, set that aside. And I'm going to prepare my bell pepper now. So the tricky thing with bell peppers is the seeded interior. There are 2 ways you can spiralize a bell pepper, and I have a video on how to do that, so you can click to see that. So to prepare this, we want to snap off the top. And we could stop right there. We could just snap the top off like that and then spiralize the bell pepper. But I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm actually going to slice off the top here to pull out this green part, and then I'm going to tap out the seeds. And I'm doing this so that when we go to spiralize, the seeds won't go everywhere. They'll fall out nicely into a little bowl. So this is an extra step that you could do. You don't have to do it. If you're not comfortable in the kitchen, I would actually recommend you don't, because you might cut too much and then the bell pepper won't be able to be spiralized. So now that we have that, we're just gonna grab it and pull this core out. And you're gonna see some of the seeds come out. And I'm gonna take this bowl here, and I'm basically just gonna lightly tap, and you'll see all of those seeds to start to fall out. And then you can just take your finger and kind of pull out any remaining seeds. So it's a little messy now, it takes an extra step, but at the end, while we're spiralizing, it'll be a lot less messy and less cleanup. Okay, so now all of our vegetables are ready to be spiralized, so let's spiralize. So now we're ready to spiralize our vegetables, and I have my Inspiralizer here. I'm gonna just secure it to the countertop with the side levers, and we are gonna start with our bell pepper. So what we're gonna do is set it to blade A, and that is just the flat ribbon noodle blade on whatever spiralizer you have. So to spiralize, you're gonna wanna attach this side, which is the widest side, on the handle, because you really, really wanna get great leverage. So attach that, and once you have that, just move it to the center, and now it's secure onto the spiralizer, and we can do what we do best, and that is spiralize. And you'll start to notice that the bell peppers come out in beautiful noodles. And you get a little seeds at the end, so what I like to do is I like to just take the noodles and kind of pat them out until the seeds kind of fall out. So easy as that, much quicker than standing there and dicing that bell pepper. So now that we have that, I'm going to now move on to our zucchinis. And for this, we're gonna use blade D because we want it to be nice spaghetti-like noodles. So I'm just gonna switch that here. And load the zucchini onto the spiralizer, center it, adhere nicely to the back here. on the Spiralize. And I'm not going to forget to snip these noodles. Someone remind me if I forget. I want to do another video where we have a contest to see who can Spiralize faster. I think I would win. Okay, go all the way to the end, and then I'm going to pull out that core, which is odd looking, and I'm going to add these here, and I'm going to snip them all together at the end. So just transfer that over to the bowl. I'm going to do the other zucchini now. And again, like I said, you could slice this in half if this is a little too cumbersome for you. So this is a saladless salad. It is a noodle salad. And it works best the longer this salad stays chilled. So after we make all of this, you could let it sit in the refrigerator for 15 or 20 minutes and let all those flavors chill together. It'd be really nice. Okay, so now this is done, and I think we lost a little bit of our core in here, so we just pull it out, toss it to the side, and we're gonna add in the zucchini. Okay, and so we're still set on blade D, and now we're gonna spiralize the carrot, which we sliced in half. So this is a very, very colorful salad, labor intensive in the beginning, but it comes together really quickly once you have all your ingredients prepared. So now I'm gonna spiralize the carrot. Beautiful spirals. These are gonna be really nice and crunchy and way quicker than julienning a carrot, which you could do for the salad if you couldn't find a carrot large enough. Okay, getting a little workout here. Okay, so I'm gonna add those to the bowl. Okay, you might need a bigger bowl. All right, so the last part of the carrot, load that right on here. And it's a little thin on this end, so it might not spiralize as well at that end, so you could slice it here to get a thicker part of the carrot, but I'm gonna go forward. Try to use as much of this carrot as you can. Go all the way to the end. All right. There we go. All of our veggies are spiralized. I'm just gonna add this again to the bowl. And now that we have the base for our salad, we're gonna start to add in all of our other ingredients. So I'm just gonna clear my workspace and then we'll assemble the salad. Now that we have all of our spiralized vegetables, we wanna snip them so that when we go to eat them, they are not super long. And again, this is always a step that I forget. Okay, so we're just gonna snip them roughly, use a clean kitchen shear, and sort of just grab them at random and snip them. And at the end, there'll always be those really long ones that you forgot to snip, and that's okay. You can snip as you go. Okay, really reach for the ones underneath. The bell peppers are the crunchiest, so you wanna make sure that you slice those, because you want every bite to have a little bit of carrot noodle, a little bit of zucchini noodle, and a little bit of that bell pepper. Okay, all right. So now that our noodles are prepared, we are going to make our dressing. And this is an almond butter based dressing. So we're gonna start with almond butter. This is about 1/4 cup of smooth almond butter. Add that in. And if you have a food processor, this would be a little easier to mix, but I'm just gonna go in this bowl right now. So now we're gonna have sesame oil. We have a 1/2 tablespoon of hot sauce. This is actually sriracha. That'll get a nice little Thai-inspired peppery kick. We have soy sauce. We have lime juice. That's freshly squeezed, of course. Rice wine vinegar, is that acid? I'm gonna do minced ginger. This was about 1 inch of ginger minced. Put that in. And then we have honey, which, as I mentioned before, if you're vegan and you're making this, you could substitute your favorite sweetener. This is honey. Maple syrup would work well. Okay, and I'm going to stir this. Make sure that the almond butter starts to smooth up, and you want it to be sort of like a tahini sauce, so a little thick. You want to make sure that none of the chunks are left in the almond butter and it's nice and smooth. Keep whisking together. And the faster you whisk, the better. My arms are pretty sore from the spiralizing, so I'm going at a slower pace. And I also have 2 tablespoons of water set aside right here in case we need to thin it out, but I like it. I like the consistency right now. Just get those chunks out. It smells delicious. I'm an almond butter freak. I don't know about you. I love the smell of almond butter. Okay, so this is the consistency you want, because when we toss it together with those noodles, We want it to stick nicely and not be very watery. And of course, as you know, zucchini noodles are made up of 95% water, so they're gonna leach a little bit of water and moisture into that sauce, so it's gonna thin it out naturally. Okay, so we're done here. We're going to add the sauce onto the noodles. Just pour it over. You should get all the sauce, all the dressing. Keep going. Spoon would be better for this purpose. Okay, so now that we have that in there, we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients, which are our cooked quinoa, our sliced almonds, which you could also toast. That could be an extra step. It would be a nice nutty flavor. Okay, and then we're gonna add in our diced scallions, and then cilantro. And I like to do cilantro to taste because it's a pain to pick it out in the end. So I'm gonna add in a little small pinch, and then I'm gonna add in more at the end when I serve it. Okay, get our fork out of here, and now just toss to combine. And you want to make sure that you're using a nice big bowl. You could even use a big salad bowl to do this and to really toss and spin it together, because you want to make sure that all of the noodles get coated in the sauce, and this dressing is very thick, so it's a little hard to maneuver, but I'm going to keep tossing. And as you can tell, this recipe is a true arm workout, so you don't have to go to the gym after you make this. There's quinoa flying everywhere, it's okay. We'll add it back in. And I can notice some of these noodles are a little long, so I'm gonna snip them in the end as well when I serve it to myself. But this looks beautiful. I am ready to serve myself up a plate. So there you have it, my Thai quinoa and zucchini noodle salad with spiralized bell peppers, spiralized zucchini, and spiralized carrots. For the best part, I'm gonna serve myself up a little plate. And as I said before, I like to garnish with the cilantro. So I'm just gonna add in another little sprig here, tear it up. Take a nice swirly bite. Whoop. I make this salad all the time. It's so delicious, so creamy. It has a little spiciness. It has a lot of salt from the soy sauce, and the lime juice gives it a little tartness. It's unbelievable. I hope you make it at home. And I'm gonna put this in the fridge and save it for the next day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you love this recipe and you make it at home in your kitchen. As always, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive alerts on future videos of this Everyday Inspiralized series. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Bye.